5 at Ascot. It is the listed Lex Piper Stakes over the 1,600 metres. Only a small field here of 9 runners, but there's some genuine class.
There certainly is. Of course, the first of the Derby lead-up races, and it should be a cracking series, Adam. The Derby's going to be a great race if this is anything to go by. The replay horse we'll have a look at, though, is the son of Blackfriars, Gangbuster.
Straight by Glimmer Girl. In the straight, Verve de Vega led the way. Coming away from the inside now is Ragazzo Doro. Wrinkly battling away, but Verve de Vega kicked clear. Precious Memories is now beginning to hit overdrive, but Verve de Vega's clear. Gangbuster's getting home well along the rail. Precious Memories coming at Verve de Vega. Gangbuster, they went to the line. Precious Memories.
Really good performance by Gangbuster. This horse has come back to the original horse that we thought we'd seen. Just lost its way a little bit late last prep at Belmont, but the first 2 runs at Ascot should have beaten General Husson. It was just a fitness thing in the end that horse went down, and then flashed home last start behind Precious Memories, and we know that horse is a serious animal as well. I really like the small field here for Gangbuster. I think it's going to suit. There'll be speed in the race with Verve de Vega and also Ragazzo Doro going forward. From barrier 3, 54 kilos, Jared Noski riding his heart out. I think it's one to beat.
Rock hard fit as well. Third up should be over the mile. The 1 week backup is an interesting factor, but don't forget that this is a half to let it slip as well. So well bred, and I think it'll handle the 1 week backup. We've also got in the race there, Adam, at the top there, Gaddingen. Very interesting preparation. Has been up a fair while, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes here from the 1200 out to the 1600.
That's my small concern, is how long this horse has been racing for, but I think Darren McAuliffe's done a good job of spacing that and doing a freshen up. I actually sort of looked at Gadding the way we did Precious Memories. It dropped from that 15 down to 12, then came out and won again last weekend over the 1,500 metres. Now, they were forced to go that 1,200 metre race. It was a 72 plus with horses like Man Booker in it. They're in the bad part of the track and they only lost by 2 lengths. There's a lot of positives for this animal. Barrier 6, 55 kilos. It'll be a mile on top selection.
Number 6, an interesting one there. Final Salute was doing its best work late when the $1.90 favourite, beaten by Marley Moo. Marley Moo came out and ran very well in the Challenge Stakes last week.
And was held up down the straight, and that was the big key to take note of it. I mean, you go back to last prep, was 4th in the Group 2 Guinea, so we know that this horse has plenty of ability. Just didn't get the run they would have liked last start. Should take plenty of improvement. Chris Parnham gets the ride as well. It's certainly in the mix and is the leading Cerise and White runner, but I'm going to go with 5, Gadding on top. Number 1, Gadding on top. From 5, Gangbuster, 7, Sky Atlas, and 6, Final Salute.
Number 5, Gangbuster goes on top for me. From the 3, Ragazzo Doro, should be fit after last week's run. 6, Final Salute, and 8, Western Temple.
Race number 6 at Ascot. It is over the 1,200 metres. It's a 62 plus event for our 3-year-olds, and again some nice types in here. We see the Magic Million form lines are parading. We've seen Platypus racing well as well. Bounce Down looks to be a horse that we definitely have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, the first one you mentioned though, those form lines there, Parading and Enchanted Dream, those are the key form lines. Let's have a look at Parading running 3rd behind Enchanted Dream.
Enchanted Dream is starting to get a wriggle on in the middle. Over on the inside, Code Violation, tackled by Diamond Princess, who races to the lead. Enchanted Dream parading, a Kiko behind them. Ellie Kazoom winding up. Over on the inside, Diamond Princess hit the front. Enchanted Dream got to it from Ellie Kazoom, and she's going to come away and make it a hat-trick. Enchanted Dream being Ellie Kazoom doing it.
It was a nice performance by Parading on that occasion, especially because this horse is a big animal. It normally takes a couple of runs to work into it, and it came into that without a trial. The way that it attacked the line on a soft 5, I thought was very impressive. Barrier 11 here, small concern, but there is a lot of speed, so I think it'll get its chance to run on.
Standing with the trainer David Harrison while that race was being run, he wasn't expecting much. He was expecting a good performance and maybe a midfield finish, but obviously bigger fish to fry later on in the campaign. This race looks ideal. It ran a very nice 3rd, above expectations, so looks to be going very well. Barrier 11 for Ben Patterson is the tough task, but with any luck, should be in the finish. We've also got in the race number 10 there, Adam. Storm Dancer for mine. John Lugg trains his galloper. Sean O'Donnell takes the ride. Got into a bit of a bumping duel all the way up the straight at Ascot. Now, with any sort of luck and any sort of relief from that Steve Wolf trained galloper, it would have finished a lot closer than 3 lengths. Was doing its best work late. Really like it here with the freshen up.
This horse is all or nothing. It's as simple as that. And when it's all, it's very good. We've seen that when it beat Cralista. We've seen what that horse has gone on to go do. Won it by 5 lengths the other week. As you mentioned, that run last up behind Dainty Test was also very good. They've made a couple of gear changes here as well. The tongue bit goes on, the bubble cheeker goes on as well. They draw a nice gate in barrier 3, good speed, so they should be able to get a nice cut up into the race. I'm with you. Look, I don't have it in my numbers, but I would not be surprised to see it win.
Number 6, Patapus. Sean McGrady rides for Holly Lock here. Barrier 8, no real concern there. It was a good effort last start in the Pearl Classic, especially towards the inside of the track where it probably wasn't the place to be.
It was one of the better runs of the day, I thought. Jumped from barrier 16, somehow got outside the leader and then ended up on the inside part of the track and was just beaten a half length by Celebrity Dream, which came down the best part of the track by a country mile. Thought it was really good. You go the start before that, beaten a length by Enchanted Dream. Been very consistent. The horse has been up for a while. This will be its 7th start. It's had 2 victories and 3 placings, but I think it can certainly run a race here, sit outside the leader and win the race, and I'm tipping that way. From 7, Bounce Down, number 5, Parading, and 3, Next Generation.
Number 10 goes on top for me, Storm Dancer, the gelding by Muscat. From number 3, Next Generation, 6, Patapus, and number 5, our replay horse, Parading.
Race number 7 at Ascot. It is the listed Detonator Stakes. It's over the 1800 metres. We saw a lot of these horses go head-to-head a fortnight ago at Pinjarra, and there's a few nice little weight swings in here for horses like Poonamoo.
It's an interesting race, isn't this? Especially with all the different lead-up form lines. Adam, one of the key ones, though, we'll take a look at is, of course, 7, Poonamoo, winning impressively last start.
North Ridge starts to pick up. In behind them, Temporize. Tonto's coming down the outside as well. Shalo runs on. 200 left to go. Corporate Larrikin and Falcon Crest is weaving his way through, getting involved in a bumping duel. Tonto deep out. Poonamoo coming. Falcon Crest the inside. Tonto. Poonamoo went to the line close.
Nice performance there by Poonamoo. He's won 4 of its last 5 now. He's just starting to learn how to get the job done. What I really like about this horse is it's going to get the nice run from barrier 10, can sit back and run on strongly. And it's got some massive weight swings on horses that have beaten the recent run. It meets Falcon Crest 3 kilos better, Already Famous 4.5 kilo better, Ros Martini 5 kilos. So not only do these horses somehow have to beat it, they've got to beat it with more weight in their back as well. I think that's an advantage for him.
Yeah, there's no hiding from the weight swings, is there, Adam? We've also got the likes of number 9, Falcon Crest, which had beat home last start at Pinjarra. But Falcon Crest again was on the inferior part of the track, and I just think this horse is just building into his preparation nicely. 3rd up looks ideal. Barrier 6 I think will be a lot closer than Poonamoo as well on a day where you will want to be in the first half of the field.
This is one horse where the weight swing isn't bothering me too much. All the rest I completely put a line through with those weight swings. Falcon Crest is a serious animal. The 2 runs this prep. The first up one was brilliant. As you said last start, got in a bumping duel with Temporize down the straight, was in the worst part of the track and still attacked the line strongly. Barrier 6, as you said, will sit closer. It can definitely win the race.
Number 2, Tonto. He knows how to win at this level. Of course, last preparation took out the Ascot Gold Cup, beating Badamajo on that occasion. Really nice ride from Jason Brown there. Jared Noski rides here, and I really like the run at Pinjarra. With any luck, probably should have won and should only improve from that. Lou Luciani's team at the moment is flying.
Yeah, they're going along nicely, aren't they? The Luciani team and Jared Noski as well. The step up to 1800 metres is ideal. Only meets Poonamoo 1 kilo's worth, so it's another you'd have to have in there.
Adam, you're on top selections?
I'm going to go with number 7, Poonamoo. From 9, Falcon Crest. 5 Bash Straight, I think, can run a serious race here. And number 2, Tonto. 7, 9, 5 and 2.
I've got the same Quinella, Adam, just in a different order. Number 9, Falcon Crest on top for me. From the 7, Poonamoo. 8, Outlaw Pete, and 2, Tonto.
Race number 8 at Ascot. It's over the 1100 metres. There's 72 plus events. Some horses in some really nice form, but there's one that we'll be keeping an eye on that is just flashing home every start.
Yeah, Red Paddy. Simon Miller has really found the key to this galloper, and it's the shorter distances, really. Let's have a look at his last start, 5th. Behind Man Booker.
His winner coming down the outside, Man Booker. Naturalist and Woolabar's running on as well. And further back, Max Almighty, Red Paddy. Man Booker reaches the lead though. It kicked a length and a half in front from Red Publisher. It's Man Booker clear, Red Publisher, Max Almighty, Woolabar. But the former Guineas winning 3-year-old is back to his best today. Man Booker first.
It's a tricky day there at Pinjarra. We've talked about that numerous times throughout this program, but you had to be impressed with the way that Red Paddy got home. Was way too far back on that occasion. Was 14th as they cornered for home. Got home in 33.77 on a soft 5 track. Tony lose by 2 lengths. The start before that beat a horse like It's It by 2 lengths. I think it's just going to be too good for this field.
Yeah, home ground advantage too. I just love this horse's record at Ascot. 13 starts for 3 wins and 6 placings. He obviously goes well. Barrier 9, no issues. The stablemate I want to touch on as well. We have 13 Shady Grey down the bottom there. The blinkers go on, which is a big factor for me, especially when it's from the Simon Miller yard. So maybe they're thinking a little bit more positive and go to the front.
This horse I don't have in my 4, but I can have winning this race. The blinkers going on, massive bonus. Dropping down to the 1100 is a big plus too. I know they stretched out to the 15 last start, and Simon said pre-race that he thought this horse would do it comfortably. I just think it's a better sprinter. It might be able to get out to 15 and 16, but the 11 and 12 range looks perfect. As you said, ridden positively, I think this horse can definitely play a part.
Number 4 there as well. It's it from the Sharon Miller yard. Clint Johnston Porter takes off 1.5 kilos. Was just outclassed last start, but back to this 72 plus grade should suit.
Was beaten 2 lengths by Red Paddy when they met last start and gets a 3 kilo swing on it. Was beaten 4 lengths by Great Shot. They're good form lines. So from barrier 4, now with the 1.5 kilo claim, it's going to be a nice position, and Red Paddy will be the one having to make up ground on it. So it's certainly a chance in the race. But I'll go with 8 Red Paddy. I think it'll get the job done. From 4, It's It, 11 Kiwanzo, and 6 Desi's Dream.
Number 8 goes on top for me as well. Red Paddy from the 11 Kwanzo. Number 13 Shady Grey, and the 4 It's It.
Time now to turn our attentions to the best bets of the card, and Mark, I'm going to go with race 2, number 2 Riask, and race 7, number 7 Poonamoo.
Adam, I'm going to bookend the card. I've got race 1, number 6 Let's Twist, and race 8, number 8 Red Paddy.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media. You can see that on screen at the moment, and perthracing.com.au for all of the event information. Plenty still coming up, some really good racing, so make sure you do book some tickets and head out on course to watch all of that. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you plenty of winners.